Heidi. We are live. Hello, everybody. My name is Evan Freiberger, and we are looking at a supercell back over here near Cheyenne, Wyoming. That is looking kind of interesting. It has even got a little area of rotation back over in this area that I've been keeping an eye on. Might be a very low precipitation an area of spin, which could produce a tornado. And we might be about to capture that live on stream. We got a couple of storm chasers, one in particular that is looking at this storm right now. This is Pagey Tornado, who is out there looking, trying to zoom in and look at the storm.
Where are we at, Burns?
Hello, hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. We got a supercell developing out over here in Wyoming that's got some tornado potential. Can't even rule out a strong tornado today, but likelihood is going to be a brief tornado. We will see what we end up seeing on some of our chaser feeds. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing all right so far. Yeah, you can see we got a couple of storm chasers out there. We've got Stormrunner Media. Let me make sure. They're near Cheyenne, Wyoming. No, wait, this is not Stormrunner Media. This is Jacob McMillan. He is also near Cheyenne, Wyoming. I would assume he's trying to get down to that supercell if I had to guess. And then we've got Stormrunner Media, who is up in South Dakota. We got a storm up here that also has a little bit of a chance for tornadic activity. As you can see over here south of Bison, we have a little bit of an MCS with a damaging wind threat. There was supposed to be a little tornado threat with this. If we come over to our tornado threats, we have a 5% for tornadoes over here near Bison, Faith, and Dupree, near Eagle Butte or Butte, whatever way you want to say it. One way is more funnier than the other, in my opinion. But yeah, we got a 5% up there. We got another 5% down over here as well in parts of Wyoming, going into Nebraska, and also over here near Fort Morgan in Colorado, where we are expecting some chances here for tornadoes. And we've got our first storm of the day, I believe, that's trying to do it back over here near Cheyenne, Wyoming. You can see it's really got that supercell shape starting to develop. We've got that eagle look to the cell. We've got some hail developing. I would expect this to get severe warned here shortly near Cheyenne, Wyoming. And yeah, definitely keeping a close eye on this storm. Actually, a little bit, some stronger winds starting to develop right next to where this storm is extending into. And that can be a sign that a tornado could come at any moment. So this is the view of that storm right now. That Pagey Tornado and Bryce, they are right out here near Burns, Wyoming.
180. Yep.
And that is what the storm looks like right now. Hope I'm doing well. I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. How's my weather today? It was a little bit cooler, but honestly, not cool enough yet. I think tomorrow's going to be a lot better in Alabama and the Southeast. Definitely looking forward to a little bit of a cool down and a little bit of some drier air. Let me get chat up here as well. There we go. Hey, Heidi. Hopefully you're doing well. Yes, I am from Alabama. Kept you awake all night. Hey, kept me awake all night too. Luckily, we didn't see any like major impacts or anything, but yeah, that was scary for a lot of folks. I caught a few of the last hours after work. Well, I'm glad I could keep you guys in the know. Hello from Guam. Hello, hello. You're in Alabama as well. Where from? Be tuning in when it's our turn for tornadoes. Yeah, that usually in the summertime we have less tornadoes. Looks like we're getting another view here from Pagey Tornado. There is our supercell near Cheyenne, Wyoming. And this storm's either going to try to do something or not. I have a feeling if this storm can't really do it, we might not see a tornado today. But this thing has been showing some signs of trying to mature And if it can, you know, wrap that mesocyclone up, bring in some of that warm air inside of it, it could eventually start to spin and try to drop a tornado. So we're keeping a close eye on it, hoping for nothing bad, obviously, for Cheyenne, but I would be keeping an eye on this storm. Thanks, Hurricane Expert. I appreciate that. That's a suspicious looking cloud. What is that? Is that just Scud? I can't tell from this far back. Need to wait for them to get a little bit closer, but that just looks like Scud to me. I don't think that's a NATO. You've experienced a Cat 5 typhoon. IDK, if you could handle a tornado. Yeah, hurricanes are, they are pretty intense. Don't get me wrong. Tornadoes can also be pretty intense. You know, it depends if it hits you or not. That's really the kicker. You know, if a tornado just misses you, you could get some pretty strong winds, maybe some hail out of the storm. But, you know, you don't get any, you know, still some pretty decent winds back over here. Storm is still trying to wrap up. You can definitely still tell it's trying to become a little bit supercellular here. Got that stronger winds on the front side. Basically what we're looking here on radar to be like, oh, a tornado is about to happen, is some reds and greens right next to each other. And right now we don't really have too much, but there is some green kind of close to some red, indicating that there's probably some spin inside of the storm. The question is that spin going to reach all the way into the ground as a tornado? And heck, if it does, we'll see it here live with our storm chaser here. So if you guys have never seen a tornado live, that is possible. I hope it doesn't happen though, because this is pretty close to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and that probably wouldn't be too great for that area, for any area.
Hello, Michael. Welcome. Good to see everyone here. If you haven't yet, hit the like button. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I think that's like maybe a wall cloud developing. Kind of hard to tell from this far.
This storm in Cheyenne, leaving the
hey Hayden, welcome. Welcome everybody to the stream. Hopefully everybody has had a good couple of days. I know I have. I've been doing a little bit of golfing here and there. Watching from West Virginia. Thanks for the tsunami coverage. Yeah, no problem. Some was in Oregon in the evac area. You kept me somewhat calm. Yeah, sorry I had to end the stream before it got to the West Coast, but it was just getting late and I was getting tired. We also have Stormrunner Media, who is out over here looking at this storm. This storm looks kind of interesting. Got some dark clouds out there. Not even severe warned though. And then Jacob looks like he's in some chaser traffic. So our closest chaser to this potential tornadic storm is Pagey Tornado, who is just to the west of Ranchettes, or sorry, just to the east of Ranchettes, heading towards Cheyenne to get us a better, closer view. So we'll see what happens. Because this storm right here was actually supposed to be the main story of the day, but as you can see, it's been struggling quite a bit, kind of becoming outflow dominant. And now we have another storm that really wasn't forecasted too well, at least by our latest model runs. And this one might steal the show. So we got to keep a close eye, especially if you live there in Cheyenne and Ranchettes. Also over there near Pine Bluffs as well. We do have another severe thunderstorm over here near Hudson and Keensburg. That's going to be for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds in Colorado. We also have a little bit of severe weather in southern Colorado heading down with some 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Rock Crossing, and then also a couple of severe storms back over here near Springer and Raton there in New Mexico. I think, yeah, that was New Mexico. Yeah, we do also have some other 60-mile-per-hour windstorms here in South Carolina, and another one back over here heading towards Wendell and McClellanville. Those are all going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds. And we got a couple of thunderstorms across the southeast as well, extending really all the way from North Carolina down into the Alabama area, south of Huntsville, near Birmingham, and also Tuscaloosa, and then back over here near Jackson as well. Another couple of storms near Monroe as well, and then some scattered thunderstorms and even a severe thunderstorm warning over here in Texas. It's been a while since you guys have seen some increased storm activity, and here we are over here near Thrall, heading towards San Gabriel and Sharp. Little 60-mile-per-hour windstorm. Really nothing to be worried about as long as you're indoors and away from windows. As a lifelong resident of Cheyenne, it's truly the goofiest name. Cheyenne? No. Not even close. You must not watch this. What in the heck is that? We got a little dangly thing underneath that storm. I wish we were closer. Because that's probably just, let me just go back. Well, it just kind of appears. Got a lot of suspicious looking clouds underneath this storm, but that's about it. Not really seeing anything yet indicating a tornado is on its way, other than this storm being close to a boundary. If it could latch onto that boundary, this storm could get pretty tornadic, so we'll see. Keep an eye on them. You're from Greensboro? Let me check out. Greensboro, North Carolina. You guys got some thunderstorms to your south and a little bit of rain, but that's about it. And those storms are moving away from you, not towards you, thankfully. I got some of our Australian names. Yeah, can't even imagine. And so it's also, the names are pretty weird. What is that, a funnel? Golly. We've had so many things that look like funnels underneath this cloud. That was interesting. Usually I could tell pretty well, but on that one, I don't know.
That one's kind of like.
Looks a little better.
Yeah. There's a ton of lightning.
Pull off on the next exit up here.
Okay.
There's still something poking down over there. It looks like we also got another little cloud forming off in the distance as well.
Yeah, because it kind of.
Still no tornado in progress. Thankfully. We'll keep an eye on it. You never know, these little boundary interactions can get pretty interesting. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. Should you be scared you were in Georgia? No. Is that Scud rotating? I have no idea. We got some new Scud on the right side, but again, we won't be able to tell if it's rotating until our chaser here gets a little bit closer. As of right now, it's kind of hard to tell. It just kind of looks like an amorphous blob. We'll keep an eye on it. Hello, welcome. We just got a severe thunderstorm warning on this storm now near Albin, 1-inch hail. 60-mile-per-hour winds moving off to the north and east. Yeah, not a whole lot in terms of rotation on that. Thankfully, just some damaging winds. We had another severe thunderstorm update over here near South Carolina for 60-mile-per-hour winds moving down towards Taxahall and Pageland. What is Scud? Scud's just pretty much a little area of condensed moisture underneath the cloud. Doesn't really mean much in terms of like tornadic activity. Yeah, we're gonna have to see this storm, I believe, try to push down more to the south and east. As of right now, it's pretty stationary, and it does appear to be lifting north of our boundary at this moment. And if it doesn't dive to the south and kind of latch onto this boundary, it's probably going to be more than of a hail threat than anything. So, did I hear about the Savannah, Georgia bridge got struck by a crane? No, I did not hear about that. Why? What happened to the crane? Hey, Godstrike, welcome, welcome. I checked the velocity scans. There was a land spout possibly near the boundary. No, Pagey tornadoes had their a view on this the entire time, unless it happened when they weren't looking, which is possible. But I mean, are there any reports of a land spout, or is that just kind of a, you know, like speculation just based off of velocities? On my way to 100K, that's not going to happen anytime soon. I don't think you guys understand YouTube. Or at least YouTube when it comes to my channel. You see, when I get a spike of viewership, the next time I go live, it never comes back like the other channels. I don't get that. So we're back on the same pace as we were before. So don't think just because we got a million view, you know, live stream once that's actually going to help our channel in any form or fashion. And thank you, Girl Scout, for the 2. Thank you so much. Calm for now. It is semi-calm, yeah. We do have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, like this one over here near Denver. That is moving down towards Hudson with some damaging wind potential. But yeah, nothing in terms of our tornadic threat, nothing really to note other than this storm that is close to this boundary. Basically, if this thing starts moving down to the south and east, which it looked like it wanted to do for a little bit, still pretty close to the bounding. We'll see. And thank you, Cheryl, for the 20. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sassy, for the 5. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Do you want your $2 back? Why? No refunds. No refunds for y'all. What's Pagey doing? They waiting for it? Let's listen in.
Yeah, this one just can't move.
No, it's stuck on the boundary. Let's see if this will load. Looks weird.
You go back east.
Hey, Anna.
Oh no, I'm talking about this.
I know you've been a member for an entire year. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is the flooding threat over for South Carolina and North Carolina? Let me check that out for you. Don't only have one flash flood warning in North Carolina. Radar indicated 1 to 2 inches of rainfall rates. See how fast our storms are moving out here. Yeah, could eventually see some flash flood warnings maybe over here near Camden. We've got some slow moving storms and a couple of them, one after the other, kind of in that area. Could have some flooding issues. Probably not anything super impactful. But you know, if you live near a creek, I would be keeping a close eye on that just in case. You know, it's interesting. We got a storm forming back here, and I believe its winds are more pushing down to the south towards the radar. Yeah. So I wonder if these storms are going to merge, and then maybe we'll see more of a southeasterly movement. That's pretty much what has to happen in order for at least this storm to try to produce. Hey, Mary. It was so nice to have cooler weather today. You asked all last week if this was human habitable weather. Depends on how long you're outside. Thank you, Hannah, for the 5. Thank you so much. Where's the pupper? He's down here. And thank you, Cranky Vet Wales, for the 10. Thank you so much. Let me get the camera operation thing up. Oh gosh, why did it snap all the way over to there? There he is. There's the Jazzy Noodle. What are you doing down there? Are you being a cutie pie? Yes. That's my mubbas. He's just hanging out. Please keep your storms over there. We will try. Hey, Pebs. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Thank you for that $10. Thank you so much. And thank you, Links, for gifting 5 membership. My goodness. You guys are being unbelievably nice already, so thank you. New MCD. Let me check it out. Let me go and check it out. Yeah, here it is. Severe risk should continue to increase with east-southeastward extent into this evening. That's going to be for parts of Nebraska going into Colorado there. There's a decent amount of instability out in front of this storm. They're still calling for a tornado threat and a damaging wind threat as well. So we'll see what happens. If it forms into an MCS, we're probably not going to see much of a tornado threat back over here unless we get some sort of surge more to the south and east with this storm. So far, it's just been kind of moving to the east. No really southeast movement. But yeah, look at these storms. They are definitely in the process here of merging. Let me see what Jacob's doing. Ooh, little flashback there. He's over here. It says he's near Cheyenne.
And I would much rather chase a drier storm that looks like this than... I mean, it's got a pretty broad base on it too, though. Like, we've got inflow band thingy here kind of denoting that boundary, and this thing's just kind of anchored onto the boundary.
Yeah, a lot of times what happens when we get these big old storm mergers is that it shoots the storm in a new direction.
Drier to the south, and then the moist air to the north. But...
And so if that happens and it shoots the storm more to the south and east, then the tornado threat will ramp up from there with this storm. So if you're in Cheyenne, your threat is, oh, wow. That is an interesting looking storm. Look at that. Yeah, you can actually see the boundary down over there as well. Are they near? I don't know exactly where they are.
I've drove here this day.
It says they're near Cheyenne, so I'm just assuming they're near there.
Well, this year I've had a lot of that because I've had a lot of new states and a lot of new areas with tornadoes.
Yeah, there's your
Like,
storm
I had a
right
tornado
there.
on like the Mexican border, and then I followed it with like a tornado on the Canadian border a couple weeks later. Grigla or whatever.
Yeah, it really just depends on what these storms do.
So, I didn't end up missing.
We got a little bit happening over here, a little bit of new developments. We've had this storm that has fired near Cheyenne that's about to merge with this storm further up to the north. You can see that in action as I press this play. You see this fired, and now they're merging, which might send a surge of cold air further down to the south and east. So we're watching out for that potential. We got a boundary kind of sitting right here. We get these to merge and then latch onto that boundary. Then we could have a pretty significant problem. So we got to keep an eye on that. We also have some storms over here that are merging as well. These guys have been struggling, and they've what we call upscaled pretty quickly, which means that they're probably going to form more into a line of storms, but we do technically have to keep an eye on these guys near Burns, Wyoming as well. Oh yeah, I can tell by Paige's view that she and Jacob are on the same storm, I believe. Although she seems closer to a city. So maybe Jacob's taking an alternative route there. What is that? Oh, okay. They look like they're on the same storm to me. Either that or Jacob has gone just a little bit tad to the south. Hello, hello. Welcome back. Just happy we're getting hail. Yeah. So much hail this summer. Yep. It happens. Did you say you're happy you're getting hail? Oh, you said aren't getting hail. I was like, huh? Oh, wow. Jacob definitely has the best view. At least the best colors on his stream. Look at that. You got a little bit of a shelf cloud developing. He must be back near that other storm, I'm pretty sure. And this is what that storm near Cheyenne is looking like right now as well. So we're keeping a close eye on it. Not seeing anything interesting yet on any of these screens, but we will keep a close eye on it. We got a little bit of a severe thunderstorm warning now issued out over here. No real cities to call out, but we're keeping an eye on it. Going back over to our velocities, see what's going on inside of this storm. Yeah, you can see we are getting some stronger winds now starting to surge towards our radar. That's what the green color means. It means you have winds moving towards the radar. So we are starting to see a little bit of a surge to the southeast, at least from our northern storm into our southern storm. So what we're going to be looking out here is for this storm to merge and then form an appendage near this little green skinny line. If it does that, tornado will pretty much be guaranteed. Outflow dominant cluster, yeah. This is a mess up here, to say the least. I was looking at it earlier. I saw some storms trying to develop near Rapid City, and I was like, maybe that could do something, but it never did anything. So maybe this little storm over here north of Eagle Butte could be something out in front of this. You know, these little MCVs do increase the shear and spin out in front of them. So if this guy can mature, you can maybe make an argument. But yeah, as of right now, it's just completely outflow dominant, not really much of a tornado or even a severe weather threat up there for that matter. I thank you, Dragon Survival, for the 5. Thank you so much. Lurking in the background, showing your support. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Those donations do go far in keeping the channel funded, so I do appreciate it. Wow. Okay. You can actually see our storm is influencing this or is interacting with this boundary right now. Now this little appendage, watch this, as I press play, you can see, oh yeah. Yeah, we're getting a surge toward the boundary right now. You can see that on radar. Watch these little purples and pinks. See how that shoots down into this direction? And then we start to see this little boundary develop south of our boundary. This thing is trying to do what we call a cold pool surge, which means we have a lot of rain producing cold air, and that is surging down towards our boundary. You see how that kind of goes down just like that. And if we look on our velocities, you can see those greens coming towards our radar are also increasing. So definitely looking a little bit more of a healthy supercell now. But we'll see. Still kind of messy there, but if all that can congeal into one storm and this continues to surge down to the south, we're going to definitely have to keep an eye on that. I'm using weather-wise. Does anybody know where Jacob is? Blondie, do you know where Jacob is? Is he still over near these storms? He could be on either one of these storms, now that I think about it, because these storms are also looking kind of dry a little bit further to the south. What about for the bottom? That's just a program that someone coded for me. Grabbing your popcorn. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I really hope this just becomes an outflow dominant mess just like this one did. But, you know, both of these storms are actually looking quite healthy. So definitely not the time to let your guard down, especially if you're over here near Burns, Pine Bluff, Bushnell over there in Nebraska, or Cheyenne and Ranchettes over here in Wyoming. Between Laramie and Cheyenne, yeah, I don't know. Because their view is now really starting to look different than Page's. So I think that they're given this the outflow boundary look of the storm with the shelf cloud developing there. It's making me think that they are potentially near that Albin storm.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, guys.
Look at them.
Got some geese,
Like ones my neighbors had, remember?
No.
I don't remember.
some gooses,
I'm sorry.
ranchettes. Oh, looks like they lost their connection there. And we'll go, oh, are they back? Okay, this is what it looks like near Cheyenne. It kind of looks like a mess because those storms are merging. But once that rain and precipitation kind of focuses itself and
Got this little lower
surges down to the south, we might see it look a little bit better. Or worse, I will say. I think worse is the right word. Oh, wow. Look at this on Page's stream. Maybe a wall cloud developing here near Cheyenne.
That was right there.
Right back there.
You see that?
I did see that.
Louise, what is that sound? We turned down their volume just a tad. Pryor, Oklahoma safe today? Pryor. Is that if Pryor's more like what like are you in the Panhandle? Are you near like Oklahoma City? Like, we did just get a severe thunderstorm warning near Cheyenne. That's going to be for 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. In hot rod land. Is that Wyoming? What state is considered hot rod land? It's trying so hard to make a tornado. It could. I mean, it needs to kind of surge a little bit more to the south and east, which we might be seeing. You see, it was moving up to the north, but now it's starting. Yeah, it is surging more to the south and east. Just on the last 1 or 2 scans, you can see it push back down to the south and east there. So we are seeing this thing trying to wrap around and then latch onto that boundary. So big question mark is, how solidly does it wrap onto that boundary? And, you know, do we get any other mergers in the area, or is this going to be kind of a solo supercell with a tornado threat there? In terms of our velocity, still not seeing anything too impressive yet, other than some stronger winds over here just to the west of Ranchettes. Let's see here, near Alvin. Yeah, these storms still look interesting. Wow, look at Jacob's view here of this storm. Holy moly.
It's got to be just a streaming server issue. Yeah, this is all outflowing.
Still an impressive looking storm, my goodness.
Something that might make you mad.
It depends on what it is.
But never mind.
I gotta go clean off that windshield. I'll be right back, chat. Hello. Good, how are you?
Are you talking about that increase there with the reds and the greens, just west of Ranchettes? Help.
Oh, yeah, no.
50th reunion. Have you seen anything up here? Interesting?
Not really. It's trying to get organized. I think it's going to be a little bit further southeast, though, so.
Yeah, I'm heading to the railroad
Oh, nice.
station. Yeah, that's tonight. It's a 2-day thing. But
Nice.
50 years, hard to believe.
That's a
Did
long
you
time.
go through McCormick?
McCormick?
I love older people, man.
Yeah. Did you look like it?
They always randomly start talking about the most random stuff.
Well, I'll let you do your sight.
Are you storm chasing? Oh, wow. Anything bad? Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to the railroad station. I'm going to be there for
All right,
2 days.
Thank you.
Gonna be meeting Uncle Bob, Uncle
Have a great
Jim,
evening.
Uncle,
a
Aunt
good
Sandy. Yeah, this is definitely a classic Wyoming supercell here. Screen. I think that's the windshield. I don't think that's anything there.
Who does?
Wandy.
We are just west of Cheyenne right now, looking north. That is
You
where
have an Aunt Sandy. All right.
Sorry, radar
Nice.
is down for us.
Yeah, this thing is like this storm right here is also going through a lot of mergers.
I told you someone was going to come check on us.
You're right, he was nice.
What did you say? I couldn't.
It's his 50th anniversary.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he asked me if I went to school at McCormick. No, I'd never heard of it.
No.
Did you tell him you were watching the storm?
Yeah, he asked if I'd seen anything, and he's like, oh, well, just let us know.
Just west of Cheyenne. This right here, right? Oh wow. You might be right. Yeah, this might be like a downburst or potentially like a microburst. It's hard to tell on radar, but sometimes when you see these reds and greens develop like this, and then you have air moving pretty quickly away from each other like this could be like there could be some local winds inside of that that's a lot stronger than what the radar is putting or is saying. So I'd watch out over there if you live kind of on the western portion of 211 there. Yeah, I think he's near these storms. So these storms back over here, they are currently also kind of doing a big old merge. Now, if this storm starts moving down to the south and east, this would be our most dangerous storm for sure of the day, because if this one develops, pushed down to the south and east, this one's pretty much just going to be eating its cold air all day, and that's going to be hard for this storm to develop. But if this one keeps on moving off to like the north and east, then, you know, you could make an argument that this one could become the dominant supercell. So that's why we're watching both of them right now. Was my reaction on 60K viewers overwhelming? You know, I'm kind of glad that doesn't happen every stream. Not gonna lie. That was stressful. All right, let's go back and watch the storm here. This is such a cool looking storm.
This stuff looks really weird out to the east, though.
Hey, thank you, friend, for becoming a WIMD member. Thank you, thank you.
There's a lot of motion now. Back to the west. Yeah, we're just gonna go look west because it's really like.
Thank you,
notice how,
Catkins. I appreciate that.
This part's curling out, and this is kind of going that way. So we're kind of curling one way here.
Thank you, Dave, for becoming an EF1 member. It's like, yeah, you can make the argument that, you know, having a million view stream every stream would make my finances amazing, but at the same time, it's just stressful, man. All those people at once. Like, I love to read chat, but when it goes that fast, it's like, I don't know about all that. So I guess it's kind of a good thing that, you know, that one live stream is not going to push me into, you know, getting over 10,000 viewers per stream. Although, you know, up to 5,000 viewers per stream, I think would be okay. I think we could handle that, but like anything more than that, bleh. People in the stream were crazy. Yeah, there were definitely a couple of crazies in there. That is for sure. Yeah. But I mean, we even get that with our smaller stream, our smaller view streams. We always get the crazies come out eventually. This is the view from Cheyenne. As you can see, it's kind of becoming an amorphous blob of rain and hail back in there. Not really seeing much structure at all, which means that there probably isn't too organized of a mesocyclone in this thing yet. Kind of a mess right now. A lot of storms trying to decide what they want to do. What's a loop? Yeah. Yeah, you usually get that every now and then. You got a lot of people that are really like paranoid, I guess. I can't tell if those people are like bots or not, though. Lo-fi weather beats? Absolutely. We do the lo-fi every live stream. We just kind of hang out and chill, see what happens. You know, sometimes we see, most of the times I usually go live when we see tornadoes. I thought this storm could eventually do something, but it is struggling, so. And I think this storm still has a chance. As you can see here in the black, this is a tornado watch, so they're definitely possible out here. So, you know, we'll see what we see. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning out over here. They just issued this for South Dakota. That's going to be for Faith over there near Lemon as well in South Dakota. Check back over in the eastern portion of the United States. Looks like we got this storm still moving down to the south towards Hamlet and Wagram with some 60-mile-per-hour winds. And we have a severe thunderstorm south of Raleigh, North Carolina, moving pretty much due south towards Coates and Angier. Then we got this storm just east of Charleston with 60-mile-per-hour winds still heading into McClellanville and is about to exit off of the coast eventually. You discovered me on the Tsunami Watch. You did a great job, so you subscribed. Well, welcome. This is what we are usually doing. You know, I will warn you guys. Thankfully, tsunamis don't happen that often. So 99% of the streams are going to be severe weather coverage. trying to find tornadoes, try to see them live. You know, there's two parts of it. One part is getting the warning out and assessing the atmosphere to kind of keep everybody in the know. And another part of it is seeing tornadoes, you know, because we do have storm chasers out there as well. But yeah, as of right now, we're kind of in a dead period. You know, a lot of people are just kind of sick and tired of severe weather. And people, I really do feel like just the general public in general is waiting for hurricane season to start, which it's really slow. So what about hurricanes? Nothing. It's still like what's going on right now is we still have a lot of dry and stable air out over the Atlantic. You can see we don't have any. So like you see like this yellow area over here, that's a chance for tropical development, and that is back over here. We do have a storm back over here that's going to most likely go north of Hawaii and die before it even gets to like this line near Hawaii. So yeah, I mean, it's not really quiet over here in the Pacific, but back over here in the Atlantic, it's just been abnormally quiet. And that's because we've had a lot of dust, a lot of stable air, but it is August. We are getting closer to the peak of hurricane season, so we should see some things try to develop eventually. Whenever do wildfire updates, it depends. You know, it has to be near pretty close to like a populated area. But we have done them in the past. Like for those fires in LA, we were live for that. You're subbed and now gifted a membership. Well, I appreciate that. YOU. At the end of August, yeah. Yeah, it takes a while. It takes a while sometimes for the Atlantic to really get started. I'm looking forward to peak hurricane season here in South Mississippi. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as of right now, we can do this really quick while we wait to see what these storms are going to do. Let me get the tropical tidbits up. Start off over here in the tropical Atlantic. There we go. And basically on this map, we're just looking for a lot of little red numbers close to each other. Like you can see here, there's pretty decent chance that we could get a low to develop out over in the main development region, Alaska, or sorry, Africa's over here. Here is the Trinidad and Tobago's and the Bagels, Puerto Rico over there as well. Yeah, you can see a little signal pops up, dies because of the stable air. We got a high pressure system over here, unfavorable shear environment on the south side of that. And yeah, maybe another little chance well far out in the future. But again, this is like over 6 days out, so can't really say for sure if that's a signal or not. But, you know, something to kind of keep an eye on. And then, yeah, well, one of the things that is going to change as we go into late August is we should have an MDR. I'm not an MDR, what is it called? I forget what it's called. Oh, the GEFS also has that signal, interestingly enough. Kind of around the same time. Might have to keep an eye on that. We'll see. That's a long way away, so it's not really a definite signal yet, but there is something there. Hurricane season's been really lame. Yeah, that's a good thing. Hopefully I don't need to remind you of that, though. It's so weird how many people like commented on that last live stream, the tsunami live stream. It was like, wow, this was really boring. It's like, oh, I'm sorry that a big tsunami didn't come and kill a bunch of people in Hawaii. It's like, what's wrong with people?
About normal, about 75.
Look how fast that's moving.
Yeah, that's not good. That is not good. It means we're really, well, maybe we're not outflow dominant. It does seem that way, though.
You've been an EF1 member for 7 months? Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I always wonder if those are real people, honestly. Because you do have to remember, like, a lot of the profiles online, like 50% of them are bots. So, you know, a wide variety of really stupid oh my goodness gracious. Look at that cloud. And the road.
It's really high up. It's gone now. You missed it. You're too slow.
Oh.
Got up really fast.
Okay, well, you saw it there for a split second. There is a cloud that looks pretty cool over there. And again, I think they're near this storm near Burns right now. Let's look at the motion of our storm, see what's happening. Is this surging to the south and east? It is kind of going a little bit more south and east. At least its hail core is. Heading into Albin right now for Cheyenne and Ranchettes. I have this storm pushing down towards you guys right now with some damaging winds, potentially up to 60-mile-per-hour winds and some hail, up to now ping pong ball size hail. So a little bit bigger hail. Wow, look at that thing! Look at that storm. That's a crazy looking cloud. If you see that coming your way, go inside. That is for sure. Wow. It's definitely an outflow dominant storm, but that just looks like a very puffy cloud. That is basically cold air surging, and it's condensing all that moisture into those wider clouds you see out in front of it. And thank you, Walleye, for subscribing. Thank you. So because we did the tsunami stream, how many of you guys is this the first time that you've watched a weather coverage without it being in your area? I got a feeling we got a couple of first timers here. You would be outside in that? I personally would be too. Lynx, that's a lie. You've been watching me for like 2 years. Let's go. Thank you, Dirt. You must have changed your screen name because I do not remember you. Thank you, CBS guy. Wait, why did I say thank you? Thanks for commenting. Thanks for chatting, guys. What if I did that? Oh my gosh, thank you, Nancy, for sending a chat. Wow. Snoopy fan. Whoa, thanks for sending a chat message. That'd be so annoying. That's what it felt like though when I first started streaming. Like, you get your first chat message, you're just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for showing up. Oh yeah, looks like our I mean, this thing's really pushing to the south. They better warn Cheyenne here. Cheyenne should theoretically be in a severe thunderstorm warning right now. So just act like you are and be indoors and well away from those windows, because this storm is surging towards you. You've been here since Hurricane Barrel. Nice. Can I check Wolf City? Sure, I can go down there real quick. You guys are good for now. You do have some storms to your north that are moving away from you, and storms to your east that are moving away from you as well. There is a little bit of a boundary here, so eventually you might get a storm fire a little bit closer to you, but for now you're good. You know, if you start hearing thunder, let me know. Like closer thunder. Jeez, let's come back over to this storm. Hey, the beauty. That thing rotating? Hold on. There's actually a little bit of, they're spinning there. That thing's spinning a little bit.
That tree will be so pretty in like 10 years.
Yeah. I won't get in his way.
You watched the competition? Wow. Thanks, Broken Fears. Thanks for letting me know that. Ban him. I'm just kidding. How dare you watch any live stream other than mine? Ban him. That a little funnel in the back? I don't think so. I think that's just Scud. But there is a little bit of rotation in that little cloud there, or there was. It still kind of looks like it's got a little spin to it. Check radar. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of rotation on radar though. So this might be just one of those little shelf cloud eddies. You get them every now and then. These are sometimes you get like little gustnadoes out of these kind of storms. They should be close to that cloud. They are close to that cloud, actually, as you can see. That cloud's about to go right over them. That's what storm chasers do best. Get way too close to tornadoes. Wyoming storm's the only ones today. I mean, unless we get a mesoscale accident somewhere else, yeah. I mean, these are the only ones that are really piquing my interest. Like if I come back over to here, I mean, we check over on radar. I mean, even these ones are, I'm starting to lose interest in a little bit, but oh wow. Look, Paige has got a view of her storm now. This is the Cheyenne storm. This one's looking kind of healthy. Are they still driving towards Cheyenne? Or are they driving away from Cheyenne now? I think they're still driving towards Cheyenne. Get the little dot moves. I am the worst, so you exclusively watch me. I kind of do the same things for movies. I saw a movie yesterday that was so laughably bad. I had to watch the entire thing. So I can relate. He's on I-80 headed west. Okay, yeah. Yeah, some stronger winds. They did actually extend this severe thunderstorm warning now finally into Cheyenne. That's going to be for Ranchettes, Cheyenne, Fox Farm College. Huh? Is that where the foxes go to college? Or is that where you go to college to learn about fox farms? Thank you, Hannah, for the $2. Thank you so much. Oh, for tonight? Sure. We can do that real quick. Yeah, so Wolf City's up here. I mean, according to the latest HRRR, it says that some storms should eventually get to you, but it looks like it's going to be hit or miss from the first place, so it looks like it's missing you. Because there's not there is nothing forecasted to fire behind that line that's already over you. Man, we got so many good storm views. Look at this. This is from Tornado Pagey.
More to the southeast.
This way, right to Cheyenne.
This thing is surging to the south and east.
You know, lives in Cheyenne.
We saw it a while ago, but they were finally extending the severe thunderstorm warning to match what we've been saying so we don't look like idiots. Hey, what's up, PA Storm Trackers? Welcome in, welcome in.
Make sure you are not outdoors or on a motorcycle.
Yeah, if you're headed to Sturgis, then come to Cheyenne. Probably should pull off.
Yep, don't do
That was a Cheyenne suburb. That looked like it's just a big old trailer park.
The noggin on a motorcycle.
Are you making fun of Cheyenne, help?
It is just bolt, bolt, bolt.
And thank you, Pinging and Dominic, for subscribing. Thank you so much.
My goodness.
Is it possible that there's a wedge tornado in the back? I severely doubt it. You can see it's kind of outflow dominant right now, but there is a little... It is close to a boundary. It could wrap into the boundary and try to produce, but still remains to be seen. Is it green? It does look a little green. Looks a little bit mean and green. And ping pong ball sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds coming into the Cheyenne area and the college for foxes. You like these streams? Thanks. I do my best. You have been subscribed and you will not unsubscribe from me. If you were, even if you were paid $1 billion, what if I get canceled? What if I say something stupid and then get canceled? Would you still be subscribed? still something happening down here on the southern part of our storm in South Dakota, but that is kind of in the inflow of this little portion of this thing. It's in clear air, so I don't think that's a legitimate signal. We got this back over here, some broader circulation that does seem to be in. It's just hard to tell. This storm is very far away from like any radar. So, but you definitely got that classic land hurricane look to this. Look at this. Classic MCV. If there was more instability out in front of this thing would probably try to derecho. Thankfully, there's not. Battery percentage at? Probably low for me. Probably low. Let me check. Yeah. I really don't believe that my battery percentage ever gets above 17%. It's always in the red. 0%. Yeah, these storms over here still have plenty of instability. You know, if they do decide to like surge down into that, that's the real question. Is like, you know, yeah, it does seem like this storm up here is pushing down some of that cooler air. You can see a boundary developing here. That's the cool air from these storms over here, pushing down to the south. This storm would have to like go just pretty much directly into Cheyenne and stay out in front of that boundary to, you know, try to become tornadic, which it looks like it's trying to do. So keep an eye out there, Cheyenne. It's coming, and it's got some strong winds. Not seeing any dangerous rotation inside of this, thankfully, yet, but I would certainly at least be respecting this damaging hail and wind threat. This is what that storm looks like in the Cheyenne area. It's looking a little bit more mean than it did earlier. What's everyone's favorite food? Mine is crab and wings. I watched this YouTube show the other day where this guy ate like all these different types of Japan crab, and I was like salivating the whole time. We just got Wingstop. Nice. Yeah, there's this little bar and grill in near my house that has some pretty good wings. I usually go there every Thursday. No, it's not Max the Meat Guy, but I watch his YouTube channel quite a bit as well. He always does like really interesting and cool things. Does he have a crab video where he tries like all the different crab? Not seeing anything particularly rotatey in there. Let me like, yeah, I'm not seeing any much rotatedness in this. Not a whole lot of twist and turn yet. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, I like how he like cooks every kind of certain food. I think the last one I watched was like every kind of chicken. Barbecue pork ribs. Oh yeah, those are good. Like if they're like fall off the bone, if they're cooked well, yeah. Okay, I think I can say with 100% certainty that Paigey is literally right behind Jacob. Like I think we can almost see Jacob on Paige's stream, so they're like right next to each other. Like Jacob literally just drove down this road, I think. That's the same storm. So Jacob has been on this storm near Cheyenne. Seafood? Nice. $2 Aspen gold steak. I shouldn't know what that is, but I saw that video and it... Doesn't he just like put it in the microwave? Little interesting little feature over here. Couple of like these little interesting features. I'm not sure if that's actually anything, because it is kind of a weird It's in a weird place, but I guess that could be like near the boundary, and maybe we're getting these little brief little circulations inside of it. Dungeness crab is awesome. I really like the Tanner crab. Oh, here's looking into the belly of the beast.
Definitely can see the hail.
Here near Cheyenne. Again, hail of up to ping pong ball sized and 60-mile-per-hour winds are about to come into Cheyenne, Wyoming. So please be indoors and away from windows still. It's crazy looking. It is a little bit crazy looking. I agree. Sometimes in these little amorphous blobs, you can get like these little eddies that develop along the boundary. So we're keeping a close eye on it, but for now, it still kind of looks outflow dominated, which means it's not really, the storm's not really eating that well. Get a little bit thin, a little bit starved. Microwaving a steak is blasphemy. I agree.
Look at that.
I definitely agree. This is a waste of steak. Eat some brownies. Ooh. Let's come back and look at these storms near Bushnell. Yeah, you can see this storm is very outflow dominated. This is the only storm I believe could actually do something tornadic. Thankfully, we have a lot of storm chasers nearby it, but we'll see. We shall see. It is looking a little scraggly. Looking a little scraggly for sure. Looking like it might need a haircut. Maybe a suit. Maybe some better clothes. Looks like this storm's been shopping at thrift store. I'm just kidding. I love thrift stores. You can get good clothes at thrift stores. Steak is killer in the microwave. Okay, so you're a troll. Well done. Good steak is good. Okay. All right. All right. Like I told you guys, we get crazies every stream. Well done, steak. What? That's crazy. Did y'all see that lightning bolt? Storm looks like it eats microwave steak. There you go. You like your steak congratulated? Oh my god. That's like burnt. Hey, thank you for subscribing, Casual Enemy. Thank you, thank you. Steak does not belong in a microwave. If you microwave steak, you are a menace to society. Oh. Wow, they've thrown a tornado warning on this. Check this out. First tornado warning of the day for Ranchettes, Cheyenne, Fox Farm. I'm not entirely sure why they threw a tornado warning on it because I can't really see the rotation, but there must be something over Cheyenne that has spooked the NWS. So be in your safe spots out here as the storm approaches. Unfortunately, this is directly on top of our radar, so we just don't have that great of a radar view. Let me check out this. Yeah, from this radar, there definitely appears to be some rotation there in the mid levels. So we'll see what it looks like, but just be in your safe spots just in case. We do have a lot of storm chasers out there too, at least. So we should be able to figure out what the heck is going on here shortly. I mean, Pages is pretty much right underneath that area. Let's listen into them really quick. I mean, they should be pretty close to that circulation. They're like in downtown Cheyenne right now.
How did we just end up here? Right in the path of it. Maverick, Shades of Desolation. All right.
And they're getting a little bit of hail. I'm not really seeing anything on their stream. Let me check from another radar. Do we have any other radars closer by? No. Yeah, they must be using this radar near Denver to warn this storm. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on just by looking at this radar, but you could make an argument that there could be something in there, but that could also be in the mid levels. I would just, you know, respect this storm until we get a better view of it from another radar, or at least from this radar. We should be able to see what this storm is doing by the time it gets over here to I-80. But, I mean, if it drops a tornado, our storm chasers should see it.
Oh,
Here's a view.
that's suspicious.
They're saying this area is suspicious.
Site is right here where the circulation moves over. So
Yes. The radar site is right here.
Okay, so the circulation is just over the radar site.
I'm assuming the office is here too.
yes.
So this is why the storm is tornado warned. This little feature right here.
Office here.
As you can see, there is no tornado on the ground, but there is some rotation in there.
It's 62 degrees.
Oh, looks like they lost service. Oh, they're back.
Pulling inflow. That is inflow. Guys, if you live in this, whoa, that lightning just struck right there. You live in this area. This is a very populated area. Please take cover.
This is the capital of Wyoming.
Yes,
Yeah, Cheyenne.
I think so. Holy crap.
And there's definitely some spin back there for sure. So definitely be in your safe spots. Again, your safe spot is the lowest,
At this moment.
most interior room of your house. There's as many walls in between you and the outside as humanly possible in a tornado shelter or a basement underground. Again, this storm that is over Cheyenne, Wyoming right now is tornado warned. It's moving through the city. This, again, still don't have a great view on this storm from our radar, but radar from farther away looks like it got some circulation. And this is another view of our Cheyenne storm. Look at this.
Probably turn off
Did you say what to look for is the red and purple next to each other?
red and green, but you're not gonna. This doesn't have much of that right now.
And thank you, David, for the 10. Thank you so much. This is the tornado warned portion of the storm here.
I think it's a good thing we got East.
This is Jacob
coming through pretty quickly.
McMillan.
Look how fast it. So look what it was doing. Notice how it just sitting there. Boom. If we show it, this is like just radar scans. This is the storm forming right.
Hey,
here.
Lauren. Welcome, welcome. If you're just now tuning in, we're watching this tornado warned storm, seeing if a tornado is about to come out of it. Again, tornado warnings don't always guarantee a tornado is happening, but they must be seeing something. And there is some rotation indicated here by our storm chasers. So we're keeping a close eye on it. If a tornado were to develop, it would happen right in front of us. Did he lose service? What happened? Oh no, that's a problem on my end. Hold on.
Is that how it works?
There we go.
Is if it's in the ring?
Well, that's just a magnet to attach the microphone. We do have some weak rotation here, chat.
Yeah, we do have rotation, but the good news is he's saying it's
also super
weak
elongated
rotation.
too, so
Somebody said here comes the hail. Is that true?
So hopefully we don't see a
Well,
tornado
it's
here for
coming.
Cheyenne, but I would
This
be
type
in
of
your
storm-
safe spots.
With this type of storm, the tornado is going to be in front of the hail.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah,
not-
given the fact that it is surging near that boundary, he is right. It would most likely develop in front of the precipitation and hail. But that hail would probably get wrapped around. Also, this storm is warned for ping pong ball sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds as well. So, you know, you really shouldn't be outside in general here in the Cheyenne area. And again, Cheyenne, Fox Farm College, and over here near I-80, near the airport there as well, all need to be in their safe spots. Again, this is a tornado warned storm out over here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And this is the portion of the storm that we're keeping a close eye on.
Yeah, it is
Can you hear if I
curling.
touch this?
I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like it's rotating more.
Still not that strong.
You can see the rotation right there. Look at that. There, you can see it better if I do this. See that curling around right there? That's definitely increasing.
Aloft right now. This is coming through Cheyenne right now. Hopefully it waits to produce until it gets east of town. Lightning activity's picking up.
The rotating portion of the storm is almost past Cheyenne. It's over central Cheyenne, about to go into eastern Cheyenne.
What's on?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's definitely got some spin. You can see it. I wouldn't say.
Spinning a little faster. We'd have a tornado straight in front of us right now.
Yep. It's definitely spinning a little bit faster. This could be close.
Yeah, if that would tighten up, it would be a tornado, but
Ooh.
it's really not spinning that hard. We just got weak rotation ongoing here.
I would call it a little bit more than weak rotation, but it's definitely not rapid rotation.
Kind of almost two little areas. Look, there's one right there
I
too.
see over there.
There's that there, and then there's that in there.
That one looks crazy.
And thank you, Helen, for becoming a WIMD member. Thank you.
Doesn't do anything. That is very strange.
Fast that's moving.
Yeah, there's still definitely some motion in there. Let me show you guys the last couple of seconds.
Two little.
You see that?
Fast that.
Look here.
You can definitely tell going back and forth that has got some decent rotation in it. It's not very fast rotation, but it's still there. That tries to spin up any faster, that could put down a tornado here live.
Nowhere near the type of rotation that
But I'm hoping it holds off because this is a pretty populated area.
We've got two little areas we're watching, chat.
We're really crossing our fingers here and hoping that this does not produce a tornado.
More because it's in the more classical position.
Yeah, on Monday, Lynx,
Like
yes.
it's becoming distant.
The 4th of August in 3 days. 3 days from now.
Well, that's just because we're underneath it almost.
This camera can't even see it.
Yeah, I know. We're not going to be able to capture both. I just have it on the one most likely to produce. But that one's more likely to produce.
Check Pages view. Oh yeah, they're also near that circulation as well.
I want to capture the good footage. All right. Well, we might slide east here, chat.
That's pretty good footage, I think.
Where's the focus for rotation at though? It's kind of gone now.
Yeah, I don't see it.
That thing is still there.
That's still gone too. I don't
No, it's
see
not.
that
It's still
one.
there.
Look at
Thank you,
over
Helen, for the
here.
dollar rotation. Thank you so much.
We watched a video on this 3 years ago,
3
Madison.
years ago. Crazy.
Again, if you're just now tuning in, this is a tornado warning for Cheyenne. I think as far as I can tell, this should be moving out of Cheyenne here shortly. Man, look at Tornado Page's view now. Look at that big old RFD pushing
Say that, man.
on the southern side of this storm as well.
Told you I only get one guess. I don't need it. Tell me that's not what that looks like.
It's not. It's not dark enough.
I should watch that movie.
Yeah, still definitely some rotation. Again, here's our storm near Cheyenne. We're relying on our storm chaser view for the moment here because we don't really have a great view on this storm right now. But here's our surging portion of the line. It's over here, what appears to be in southeastern Cheyenne near Fox Farm College. As far as I can tell, that should be our area of circulation. So we're keeping a close eye on this area. Please continue to be in your safe spots in Cheyenne and Fox Farm College until we get a little bit of a better picture. This might not be the circulation. It could be maybe further back. So we're just kind of waiting. In my expert opinion, though, the most likely area that we are going to be focused on here is going to be right there in that portion of the storm. Oh, wow. Look at this from Tornado Paging. Some low-hanging scud.
I just can't tell what is what because it's playing with all those boundaries.
It's really hard to tell.
It looks like they're repositioning. It was an interesting view there, but that just looked like some scud hanging down on the bottom of that. Let me refresh these guys. There we go. Radar's getting battered. It sure is. Yeah, right now there's hail and damaging winds in central Cheyenne. Again, we're talking about the potential here for some ping pong ball sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds as this continues to surge through the city. So please be indoors and away from those windows. Check back up here on this storm. This is the storm that Storm Runner Media is on, or Garrett. Mainly just a damaging wind threat right now heading into Faith. With the potential for some 60-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, just waiting for our storm chasers to reposition and give us another look at what this storm is doing. Although Pagey Tornado might be about to get into the hail. Listen in. They are starting to get some of that rain, and the hail's probably not too far away. Uh-oh. Did they lose service? Oh, nope, they're back. Yeah, this is the one bad part about chasing inside of a city. Lots of lights and a lot of traffic. Check back in with Jacob. Sounds like there's some small hail. Not any big thuds yet, though.
East with the storm on I-80. It is still tornado warned. Going right over the radar set right now.
It's so hard to see what's going on in that
Pour it all. Oh my.
We just got a new radar scan. I want to see if we can see this area a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, as far as I could tell, there is a little bit of rotation here, but nothing strong. Kind of like what we were seeing on Jacobs. Like, there is some rotation, but it's not looking like very strong rotation at the moment. But I still want people in alt van to continue to be in their safe spots. This should be the area of interest. You can see that outflow boundary surging and attaching to our mesocyclone. So we might see that rotation, maybe try to do another go at a tornado over the next couple of minutes. So we're going to continue to keep a close eye on this storm as it continues pretty much directly due east, although it does seem like this little area is kind of surging still more to the south and east. Wouldn't be surprised if this thing eventually kind of comes near this area of our tornado rather than more towards this area. So we just got a new update. Still radar indicated, but they did upgrade our hail threat to 2-inch sized hail. So that is now hen egg sized hail falling in Cheyenne near Fox Farm College. So watch out. That's a little bit stronger hail. That's definitely has some potential there to break some windows. Let's go see if Pagey's getting any of that hail.
Should I do that?
And thank you, Helen, for another $1. Thank you. Lost power, hailing again. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you in Cheyenne?
No, it's okay. I can't really see too well from this way. Actually, no, yeah.
Roll down.
Yeah.
Because all the winds blowing across the truck this way.
Yeah. That's how.
That looks like Scud.
Looks like rising flood, but
Yeah, the problem with this storm is that it is very close to a boundary.
back up.
So this thing could easily still spit out a tornado. It is not done yet. We're watching this little green area here, how it's wrapping into our storm. Actually, the rotation is picking up a little bit more here on radar. You see, we are starting to see some greens close to our red, still some grays in between, so it's a little bit on the broader side. But it does have a little bit more rotation on our newest scan. So please continue to be sheltered in place. I will say for Cheyenne, It does appear like that circulation is now down to your south and east, but I still want you guys to be in your safe spots until we see this storm a little bit better. Here is Jacob's view. Back out a little bit further out ahead of this storm. Let's go check out him.
Worried about pulling over? Like, I think that, like, people would think I was like an idiot. And now I just don't care. This thing is moving east. There is a boundary east.
Hey, thank you, Striker, for subscribing. Thank you so much.
The dry boundary and the cold boundary are like right next to each other. This storm's got like no room to breathe. But I think that tornado potential is
I think this storm,
fairly low.
this is my opinion.
As long as that outflow.
I think this storm has literally 10 minutes to produce at max. Because it's got a boundary here. If it goes north of that, it's over. Got a boundary down here. If it latches onto both boundaries, which it kind of looks like it's doing right now, so I would say about 10 minutes this storm has got before it's pretty much not a tornado threat anymore. That is my opinion. But if you live over here near Alt-Van, I would still be in your safe spots. You guys are in the inflow of the storm. Though it still might feel pretty cool there, given the fact that we do have boundaries, cool air boundaries all around you. Can't tell if they'll latch on. It's just because there's possibilities. I mean, oh my gosh. They just upgraded this now to baseball-sized hail. This is now a destructive hailer. Again, that baseball-sized hail is going to be enough to destroy roofs, like in terms of making you have to replace your roof, not like in terms of like it's going to go through your roof or like, you know, it's going to have like, you might lose some tiles on the roof is basically what I'm saying. Also, it's going to knock off some small branches, potentially, of trees, and it's definitely going to break a lot of car windows out there. So if you're on the highway, I would consider getting off the highway and finding some sort of shelter, because you're about to be breaking windows if you drive into that thing, or if you let it come over you. Like if you're this trucker right here behind Pagey Tornado, I'd get off the road. Find you a Love's gas station, because that's some big hail. Yeah, there's that area of circulation back in there. Still not seeing anything really stick out to me. They are outrunning the hail, which is good. They deserve windows. I can't tell you how many times we've had Pagey Tornado lose almost all her windows during her streams. They really like to get close to not only... Oh, look at this. From Jacob. Wow.
The same.
Look at that storm. A beautiful view.
Did the stream get that?
It should
It
have.
was too far that way.
This is that surging southern portion of the storm.
Big bolt again.
And all that baseball-sized hail is in there.
I don't even know how we get a tornado out of this anymore.
Well, if it latches onto the boundary, that's the only way.
Boundaries. Its own outflow.
But it's running out of time. It's basically pulling in both of those boundaries right now.
Dry air are just the same thing now up here. So I think we're probably...
Could be, the storm could be cooked. But I think it still has a good 5 minutes left. I think it's still eke out a brief NATO.
Whoa.
What's up?
Look at this. Look how it's like clamping. Yeah. Where the forward flank's clamping on us and the RFD's clamping up. Interesting.
Yeah, you can see Jacob's windshield hasn't been as lucky. Their windshield's all cracked. They're looking like my skin when I go to the desert Southwest. all cracked, all dry. Yeah, I mean, we still have some broad circulation here, but it's mainly just a damaging wind threat here now. Yeah, the two boundaries that they're talking about are this one is being pulled up into the storm and this one as well. But if this thing kind of surges, still continues off in this direction and doesn't surge along these boundaries and gets into a little bit more stable air back here, it's going to be a lot harder. I mean, it's going to be nearly impossible for the storm to produce. So if it does that within the next 5 minutes, which is pretty much about what I think, it's going to be done. It's going to be done, and that's going to be really our only tornado threat of the day. Gone. So that'll be probably the end of the stream if it does that. But we'll see. I still think it has a couple minutes. 3 minutes now. 3 minutes until end of tornado threat. Cool looking storm though. And this is from Pagey Tornado. Listening to them, see what they're saying. And you can see they're actually in the cold pool right now. It'd be interesting if they had like if they had some sort of what's it called, thermometer, so we could see if it was cooler. Yeah, hail core is still in Cheyenne. Please do not come out of your house. Again, we could see up to baseball-sized hail inside of this. Also, those damaging winds are still coming through Cheyenne. Give it another 10 minutes in Cheyenne, and you guys should be able to come out. But would be careful with the lightning.
Right there. Back up to 60 degrees. That is cold.
Yeah, honestly, the way that it started, I thought we weren't even going to get a tornado warning today. But this one little storm fired, and I was like, you know what? I'll go live. See what happens. Is this one fired right next to a boundary? And to be fair, it did latch onto it briefly, but which is why it's tornado warned. It's still wrapping those boundaries around it. Heck. You know? There's a little weird thing down here. Like right along the boundary. Some stronger winds. Yeah, I mean, if this storm can't do it, this storm as well is north of this boundary. It produced an outflow boundary earlier today. If I press play, you can see how it spat out that cold air further down to the south. And you can see how this storm is not only got the outflow boundary it spat out, but also the outflow boundary this storm spat out. These little skinny blue lines actually mean a lot when it comes to tornadic potential. And you can see that this storm is still mainly going to the cooler side of this boundary. Rather, you know, if this thing were moving like directly to the south and east, this could be a long track tornado. But as of right now, it is actually going to the north of that boundary. So that could be it. We'll see. We'll stay live, see what the storm does. I mean, there's still a chance that it tries to take a southeast dive, but it's getting less and less probable by the second. I've ever been through a tornado. I've been close to tornadoes before, but I've never been inside of one, thankfully. I've been in a microburst, which kind of feels like a tornado, but never actually like been in a tornado before. Man, look at that storm. Still looking pretty interesting. I'm trying to make a case for the storm, but I really can't find much
Good view of the antenna.
that this storm could potentially do. Other than like a southeast surge, which would usually be caused by some sort of merger. Maybe you know, there is an argument to be made of maybe a land spout tornado along that those two intersecting cold pool boundaries, those outflow boundaries. But other than that, that's about all I'm seeing. Is it on the ground? It is not. No reports of this storm producing a tornado yet.
I cannot believe it's 57 degrees.
Yeah, it's cold.
57 degrees? Wow. Yeah, that's not a tornado producing environment.
Also, this guy out in front, I don't know if it would ever do.
And they're out in front of the storm. They're in that cold pool
It was behind this guy.
that the storm's out in front of this storm produced.
Gorgeous looking storm though.
It is a cool looking storm.
See it broadly rotating too.
Yeah.
Near the MCV. It's pretty outflow dominant. I will say there is one storm that looks interesting near here. This one, but all this is side lobe contamination. You see, there's an outflow boundary that goes up into that area, so it's probably getting a very corrupted signal there. Our tornado, if this thing were to develop rotation, it'd be back over here, but you can see that area of the storm is also behind this boundary, so not really seeing much that is grabbing my attention on this, but those are definitely embedded supercells on the southern side of that. We do have Storm Owner Media out there. Let's go see, make sure we're current on his stream. Yeah, he looks like he's traveling to the south towards those embedded supercells. He's actually just south of them, so hey, I mean, if they actually do anything, he'll be there. We'll see. Wow, Paige's view looks crazy still. Look at that. Big old shelf cloud. In Illinois, it's coming, Wolf. You guys should be already in a nice big cool down. Have you been outside, Wolf, today? It should be cooler and drier in Illinois. And then it should stay that way. Fern is on a road trip. Just dropped his trailer off in Cheyenne. His truck with his dog. He sent you photos. It's wild, and he has hail. Oh my goodness. What direction should he be driving? He should just stay put if he's in Cheyenne. Just wait for the storm to go by. Maybe go north first, then east if he's going east, or just west if he's going west. Storm should be almost done for Cheyenne. Precipitation should be getting a little bit lighter, and there should be a little bit less hail. Yeah, you can see the storm is starting to become pretty outflow dominated here as well. So that, I think, is going to put this storm in the bin for a tornado threat. It is now a trash. It is now trash, which is what we like to see. You know, you could make an argument if this storm over here south of this MCV could latch onto this boundary. It could produce a pretty stout tornado, actually, but given the local environment around this, it's basically a land hurricane. You see, you got winds moving this way, winds moving around like that. Very compact little MCV here. It is looking interesting. Be interesting to see what that storm looks like once Storm Owner Media gets there. Yeah, I got a feeling they're going to be tornado warning has just been allowed to expire, and they haven't issued a new one, and I don't think they're ever going to issue another one again for this storm unless we get like a little land spout, which would be like the only other way that this could really do anything, but that's usually a pretty low chance of that happening. Not impossible though. If an MCV makes it to the ocean, could it turn into a tropical system? Yeah, that's actually happened before, yeah. Usually they're associated with a stalled front Usually when they're just by themselves, it's not really, it takes a while for them to actually like do anything. And it says it expired. Why is it still on the screen though? Oh, dang. Where'd our severe thunderstorm warning go? Let me check radar Omega. Oh, wow. They let the severe thunderstorm warning expire too. The hail must have gotten a lot smaller.
Hey, Chazzy.
Oh,
A new PDS severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
there it is. Yeah, they just reissued it. It does not appear anymore that the hail got a lot smaller. Looks like they are keeping a baseball-sized hail warning on this, and this is going to be heading close to Hillsdale, Burns, and Tracy and Carpenter, Wyoming. Yeah, I don't think this is going to turn back to being tornadic. It's now mainly just a big hail threat, which is actually usually what we see when these storms unlatch from an outflow boundary and kind of get established into that cooler air. Because you got to think of it like this. You know, hail is formed by little parcels of moisture and water vapor that go into a boundary of the atmosphere that is below freezing. And when you get these little outflow boundaries, it lowers that freezing level closer to the ground, allowing for longer time for hailstorms to build into the storm and resulting into some in storms with a lot of mass, which this storm does have. Which means it has a lot of moisture. It results into some pretty large hail, and in this case, baseball-sized hail. Tennis ball hail. Yeah, there was tennis ball-sized hail that went through downtown Cheyenne, which is not good. Oh yeah, let me fix that. Thanks for letting me know. There we go. Thank you, Marcy. I appreciate that. Should do something special for 100,000. I don't know what that would be, to be honest. No idea. Oh my gosh, there was a tornado in Saskatchewan. Is that today? No, that was a while ago. Never mind. The heck, is this real? I just saw a Twitter post from a somewhat credible source saying that the United States has declared that they are fully prepared to engage in nuclear war with Russia. What? What happened? What did I miss? What the heck caused that? Why would they release that? Why would they say that? Is that real? Oh my gosh, look at this private jet. This is from Live Cam Chaser, Birding Peep. This jet just getting pelted by hail. This was in Cheyenne. Oh my gosh. Oh no. They will never financially recover from that. Golly. He already sent the subs. Why is he doing that? What did Russia say? I'm so confused. There's a water spout on Lake Erie today. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, that's crazy. That jet is not flying today because there was tennis ball sized hail in there. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine being on that plane? At least they weren't in the air. Very true. Just looked it up. Oh no. So is that like one of those things that like he's just doing that to distract again from the Epstein files? Or is this like serious? Like, cause that's not something you're supposed to friggin' joke about. Like, that's crazy. Why would he say that? Russia has the most nukes on planet Earth. In second place is the United States. Provocative. Apparently, Russia made provocative statements. Over words? Dude, what in the heck? I don't know whether or not to be scared or disappointed. I don't know. That's too big of news to be like, to just kind of ignore. We sent subs over there. That's crazy. It's got to be like a distraction or something, but that's a big threat. Saying like, hey, we're sending nuclear subs over to your country. Like, if you're Russia, you can't just brush that off. They threatened to, they can't bring war to American soil. There's no way they threaten that. Like, it's almost physically impossible. Like, you got to understand, like, we are basically a superpower on an island. Like, they would have to put all their military on boats and then invade Alaska, I guess. That's anyways, baseball-sized hail is still coming towards Hillsdale and Burns and Carpenter. Hey, if there's a nuclear war, we'll be live covering it. I promise you that. I don't know what I'll say. Looks like I guess it'll be more like if you live in Denver, Longmont, Centennial, there's a nuclear warhead coming your way. You guys are in a nuclear warhead warning. I'm thinking WYO for the 5. Thank you so much. Thank you for the coverage and the updates. Yeah, no problem. That'd be scary, man. It's got to be a distraction, though. But it's just like, it's a very dumb distraction to do. Like, that's like super dangerous because Russia is like, they're freaking psychopaths, man. Like, if you don't have to send nuclear submarines there, you shouldn't. Because they're crazy. It's like telling somebody that just got out of like an insane asylum that you're gonna like for like schizophrenia, that you're gonna put bombs around their house while they're not looking. And they have no choice but to like punch you right then and there. They are weak, but I mean, they do have a huge nuclear arsenal. Like, yeah, you can say that their military sucks. I think we've gotten plenty of examples of that, but they do got nuclear stuff. But do they work? I have no idea. I hope not. I don't even know if ours work, to be honest. Has anybody seen any recent videos of our nuclear arsenal working? I don't know. It's probably just, I will say this. If I'm being perfectly honest, my gut is telling me this has a 99% chance of turning into nothing. But that's just obviously something really dumb to do. Is Oklahoma fine? I mean, there were some storms nearby, you guys, and there still is. I mean, we're not talking about much of a tornado threat for you guys, but it'll mainly be over here near Guyman where, you know, some severe weather will be possible, but it seems like it's struggling down there. Yeah, these storms have gone outflow dominant pretty quickly there on the southern side of this. Cook County, New Haven? Where? What state is that? Sorry, we got a little bit distracted there. I was scrolling on Twitter to see if there was any, you know, news on this storm that maybe we missed, but then I like ran over that and I was like, oh, wow. That is interesting. Kind of one of those things that you just can't ignore and not talk about. So I apologize. You know what? No, I don't apologize. Screw you guys. I can say whatever I want. Leave me alone.
Decent bad.
I can say whatever I want.
Still a beautiful looking storm. Still 59.
Yeah, I've always wondered if I should cover like major news events, but
Wyoming, cold.
That's still cool.
I don't think it's possible to do that and severe weather coverage. Like you got to pick one or the other because yeah, you got to go live a lot for severe weather. I should, I think I'll go live for like major earth events like tsunamis, big fires, like at least if it's like still United States. Like, to be honest, if that, I don't know, I guess I'd go live if like something happened, like what happened over here near like Japan the other couple years ago, where they got a big old tsunami. I don't know. But I usually like to keep it more United States. It's so hard to do like much more than that. Because I'm alive a lot, and we're probably going to be alive a lot or a couple of times this next week as well. So it'd be nice. You don't scare people, you just tell them the facts. Yeah. I think it'd be a helpful service that I could provide, but I just don't, I don't know. I'd like to do it, but I just think it's too much. I think like I don't know. I think like if it's like a major global event, maybe, depending on what it is, but I'm not gonna like give my opinion on like BS stuff, you know. I don't want to get caught up in like the petty news cycle. If I did the news, true. We will continue to cover like big earthquakes, tsunamis, and all that kind of stuff, like big fires that affect the United States. I'm not sure if I branch out to like any other country on that. Maybe New Zealand. 'Cause I love New Zealand. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I think our tornado threat's done down here. You can see these storms are now losing their supercellular look as they go north of that boundary. So these are going to be more of a damaging wind and hail threat. They have dropped our hail threat down to golf ball sized hail. So still definitely a storm to watch out there for Carpenter, Wyoming. But yeah, I guess that's going to be it for me. Definitely not as exciting of a day as some of the models were saying yesterday, but you know, that's always good news. Always good news. But we're gonna raid. I think we're gonna raid. We'll raid Jacob this time. I don't think we've ever raided Jacob. So stay tuned. The stream is gonna automatically throw you into Jacob's stream. And you guys just give him a like, give him a sub, say thank you for allowing us to look at his views there. Let me make sure, Jacob, that I can rate him in the first place. I gotta actually get his link. Hold on. Jacob McMillan. Yes, we can. All right, we're rating Jacob. Thank you everybody for tuning in. And yeah, huge shout out to the mods and welcome new folks if you found us during this stream. And yeah, I don't think we're gonna see anything else here on this tornado threat. You know, if we actually end up seeing something, it's gonna be if these storms do a major surge to the south and east, and probably wouldn't get tornado warnings until about here near Julesburg and Haxton. That's like the only thing I can see happening is if we just get a big old cold pool surge. But even then, that'll most likely just be a damaging wind threat. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in, and I will probably see you guys tomorrow for a video. Tomorrow's severe weather risk doesn't look particularly too interesting for tornadoes, but you never know, the models might increase overnight and you might see me go live again tomorrow as well. Back out over here for parts of Kansas, Colorado, going down into Texas. We will definitely have storm chasers out in that area, so we'll see. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you guys later. Deuces.